Good morning. I'm here with Holly Grummert, candidate for Overland Park City Council, Ward 1. On behalf of the Johnson County Public Policy Council, thank you, Holly, for being here today. The Johnson County Public Policy Council is made up of 10 chambers of commerce in Johnson County. Our goal is to provide information about public policy issues impacting area businesses. You ready to get started?
Yes.
In regards to economic development, it has been argued that incentives aren't necessary because development will occur naturally without them being offered. What is your opinion?
Well, Overland Park is a great place to do business. It's a great workforce. It's a great place to live. So I feel like this is already a great place to have a business. So incentives should be used sparingly, and they should be used for specific, unique situations, probably things that don't normally come up. But we also want to make sure that we're encouraging our small businesses and our entrepreneurs here in Overland Park to keep growing our businesses and starting fresh and starting with new ideas.
What is your opinion on what is commonly referred to as dark store theory, and what do you think Overland Park should be doing today, if anything, to prepare for rulings that favor the plaintiffs?
Well, the dark store theory is that case moving through the courts right now about tax assessments for big stores. So it's going to take a while before that moves to the courts, but it's something that we know about and that we can start planning for. So moving forward, we want to make sure that we're keeping our reserves, as flush as we can, making sure we're making good decisions with our budget and still maintaining, our streets and infrastructure and our safety that, Overland Park residents require and expect of us, but also keeping our eye out to the fact that cities like Overland Park and around the county might have to, give back those stores millions of dollars. So it's something to definitely keep our eye out and making sure we are working on our reserves.
Housing affordability is addressed in Forward OP, and it's a topic of considerable discussion among employers. What do you think the City of Overland Park should be doing to address this problem?
Well, affordable housing in Overland Park is a big issue, and I think we need to address it before it's a problem. So this is making sure we have lots of housing options. This is to make sure our teachers, our new families, our police officers have a place to live here in Overland Park. So this is like creating different communities that have different housing choices. So we're looking at small cottage communities, maybe shared driveway communities, even like backyard houses for rental opportunities or for someone who's looking for a smaller home. Just being creative, talking about redevelopment in our city, using our current streets and current curbs, our current infrastructure, and creating little nooks and little housing choices. Apartments above garages, apartments in the back of businesses. Just really being creative to creating a diverse housing choices that will help us moving forward in case, there is a big housing need, which there is.
In the short term, it appears we can keep our mill levy unchanged to meet current budget obligations. However, sluggish sales tax collections and increased demands on infrastructure from growth could necessitate a change. What are your thoughts on our current budget and the outlook for the future?
Well, Overland Park is a great place to live, and we have seen property taxes rise. So our homeowners are currently, sheltering the brunt of new development. So we want to and I think because of that, our mill levy will stay the same. The tax, like you said, the tax collection has been sluggish, and I think the state is addressing that with businesses starting to charge sales tax for internet sales, which will be a huge revenue increase as soon as that gets going. I think a lot of people are shopping online, and we need to change policies, especially tax collections, to reflect that new change. And then I think that we will see an influx back in the tax stream when that occurs. And just to make sure that we are maintaining our streets and we are maintaining our infrastructure, like I said before, that we are taking care of public safety and, meeting all of our needs for our city as far as the mill levy is concerned. Those are things probably, we'll continue to look at when we look at the budget, making sure we're meeting all of our needs.
The governors of Kansas and Missouri have recently forged a truce in the so-called economic border war. Do you support their actions, and what impact do you believe that agreement will have on Overland Park?
I definitely agree that it is a good idea that we are not incentivizing a back and forth for businesses. When we maintain, a good solid tax structure for our businesses, for them to stay here, to, utilize our workforce, live here, and, grow their businesses, I think it is a win-win for everyone, and not a back and forth with real estate and employees and, worrying about a tax structure. I think it's a great thing.
As we wrap up, tell us why you're seeking public office. What do you believe most distinguishes you from your opponent in this race, making you best suited to serve?
Yeah, I wanted to run for Overland Park City Council to be a new voice, a stronger voice for Ward 1 residents, and to help move Overland Park forward for all of its people, for all of its residents. I've been a small business owner here, I'm active in my children's PTA, in leadership roles, and I've been getting my neighborhood organization up and running, so active in my community. And in all of those things, it's about bringing people together and moving projects forward. And that's what we want to do for Overland Park, bring as many people who want to come together and move our projects forward.
Well, Holly, thank you for joining us this morning. We wish you the best of luck with this year's election.
Well, thank you so much for having me. It's been really great.